Boeing's response to the 737 MAX crisis confused and frightened people, making it hard to believe it's Boeing's attempts to manage the crisis caused by two fatal crashes of its 737 MAX planes left people confused, anxious and skeptical of its apologies instead of restoring trust in the company, numerous experts told Business Insider. The world's biggest aircraft manufacturer was left scrambling for explanations and an appropriate international response after two MAX jets crashed within 5 months, killing almost 350 people. First, a Lion Air 737 MAX crashed into the sea off Indonesia in October 2018, killing all 189 people on board. Then, in March, Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg in a video 26 days after the second crash, acknowledging that the second preliminary report confirmed that the plane's sensors had misfired in the same way on both doomed jets. But in the coming weeks, the company would also defend the design of the plane. Read more. Boeing did not respond to requests for comment, but experts from both the aviation and communications industries, and analysts, told Business Insider that the company's response was slow, insufficient, and confusing, and likely contributed to a deepening mistrust around Boeing's planes, instead of helping it win trust back. Lawyers helping to Helio Fred Garcia, a crisis management professor at New York University and Columbia University, and president of crisis management firm Logos Consulting Group, told Business Insider Trust. Boeing's immediate response to the second crash put it on the back foot. That Muilenburg apologized for the company's role in the crashes was a good step for the company, Garcia said. But the apology video, he said, came too late, and the pre-recorded video format distributed through social media and news networks may not have helped. This slow response, he said, may have led some airlines to mistrust Boeing. Soon after read more. Professor IRV Schenkler, who teaches crisis communication at NYU's Stern School of Business, told Business Insider that Boeing took an operational. Boeing's initial strategy was but this appeared to backfire. Its strategy then changed with the apology, Schenkler said, out. But Muilenburg's apology, Schenkler said, shows Boeing is hoping. Read more. 2. Boeing's apologies led to a conflicting set of messages that may have made people more frightened. Boeing's apology came after it pledged to create a software update that would fix the plane's problems and, once approved by the FAA and global regulators, return it to the skies as. But Boeing also to the public and to shareholders, claiming that there was not a technical. Read more. Chris Clearfield, founder of risk management consulting firm System Logic, a licensed pilot, and co-author of Meltdown, a book about handling catastrophes, told Business Insider that these messages appear contradictory in a way that meant Boeing's crisis. Jim Corridori, an aerospace and defense analyst at CFRA, told Business Insider that Boeing. In April, Muilenburg suggested that pilots in the Ethiopian Airlines crash. Corridori said this approach is not. Boeing, Garcia said, seemed unprepared for the concern from airlines and governments around the world, which grounded the plane, and it sent out a confusing mix of messages that led. Read more. Garcia said this was confusing because when this confusion, he said, caused people to be anxious about Boeing. Both Clearfield and Garcia said Boeing was likely thinking about the plane's safety in terms of its engineering, rather than from the view of pilots that fly the planes. Pilots can make. Read more. What? Lawyers for victims' families also criticize Boeing's response. Brian Kabatek, who represents 13 families suing Boeing over the Lion Air crash, told Business Insider that Boeing could help families by resolving the cases and letting them move on. But first, Joe Power, a Chicago-based personal injury lawyer representing some Ethiopian Airlines crash victims, told Business Insider that Boeing asking for people's trust is not. Read more. He said Boeing was speaking more publicly because of attention on the case because Boeing's. Some lawyers say Muhlenberg's apology could help families' cases, and to sue Boeing since his address. Garcia said lawyers will often tell their clients not to apologize, fearing how Boeing handles the crisis going forward is important for the company. Garcia said that Boeing needed to concentrate on working with airlines, so it can ensure. He said any effort to rebrand the MAX, as, would be seen as essentially. Read more. Boeing's handling of the crisis will also be important for its financial future, having already seen profits plunge in the aftermath of the disasters. Corridori, the aviation analyst, said that his company has given Boeing's stock a buy rating, because but he said they needed to think about how to manage the crisis as one means of helping Boeing's image, Garcia said, would be for Muhlenberg to appear before a congressional committee. Ultimately, Garcia said Boeing. Do you work at Boeing or the FAA, or are you a pilot? Got a tip or a story?
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.